Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. या तो जानो या तो मानो. A great saint from Rishikesh used to say this. Either accept or no. See, when we do not know something, we have to accept blindly. This is a simple rule of life. Like when we go to some place, we do not know the particular house or the place, direction. Then anybody who comes our way, we ask him, hey, we have to go to such and such place. Do you know? Yes, yes, I know. Then go this way straight, then turn left, and then go straight, then turn right, and then go straight, then turn right, and then again turn right, and come back here. I am telling you, this is what happened with me in Kerala. See, one student from the school, we were lost. In Kerala, you don't know which town begins and which town ends. It's continuous. So, we stopped. I said, hey, we have to go to such and... Do you know? Yes, yes, I know. I said, tell me. No, I can sit and take you there. I said, very good. Sit. She took this like that. And then she said, stop now. We thought we are rich. This is my house. Now you go and from there ask somebody. So we did not know whether she is telling right or wrong, is it not? But we have to accept in the same manner. When our scriptures tell, when our saints and sages tell, we do not know. See, there is a saying, Atindriya Vishaye Vedaha Pravanam. That subject or that topic which is not in the purview of sense organs and the mind and the intellect, for that the Shruti Mata or the scriptures or the Veda, they are the final authority. See, we have to think in the light of that. See, like the once I was giving talks to the judges in Mumbai. They said, please tell us on meditation, we have a lot of tension. So all the people have got this funny notion. Meditation is the way to reduce the tension. No. Those who are free from all the tensions, for them is the meditation. See? So I said, before we start, I will talk to you something. Your name is Justice Agrawal. But are you doing justice? You are only giving judgment. They don't do justice. Every judgment is not a justice. See? I said, you please explain me this, then I will tell you meditation. They say, Swamiji, what you are telling true. We know we are not doing justice. But we are bound by the Constitution of India. We have to think and conclude according to the laws. Within that framework only we can think. We can't go the way we want. Exactly the same way. The constitution for us is the Veda. Our thinking must fall within the framework of the scriptural authority. See, friends. Otherwise, there is no logic. Have you seen God? Like youngsters, they ask us. One student asked me, have you seen God? I said, why should I tell you? No, I want to know. You may want anything. I will not tell you. Why? I said, you are not qualified. There is no quota on the spiritual path. See? Therefore, we have to have clear understanding that what is said in our scriptures is true. We accept it and then we start our spiritual path. Therefore, Bhagavan says in Gita, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sayyate indriyaha. Buddhiman labate jnanam is not said. Intellectuals are intelligently miserable. But Shraddhavan, those who have got faith, and another important thing, faith is always blind. There is nothing like wise faith. Faith is blind only. Because where the faith is required, when we do not know something, then only we require faith. When I know, I don't require faith. So we do not know about the world, we do not know about ourselves, we do not know about God, we do not know about the scriptures, we do not know about the spiritual practice, we do not know. Then whatever we are told, so tad vidyanartham gurumeva vigached samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Therefore, when we take up the path of evolution, we have to have this foundation. Now, in the first very verse of Sadhanashtakam, I'll take this as an introduction and we'll see in depth. Bhava-vritya hi bhavatvam, shunya-vritya hi shunyatam, brahma-vritya hi purnatvam, tatha purnatvam abhyaset. Now here I will give you deep data. Be very attentive. It is not for the surface swimmers. We have to dive deep. When we dive deep, what happens? I will tell you from my experience. We were in Australia somewhere and we went for scuba diving. We went by a boat, maybe about 4-5 kilometers in the sea. And then all arrangements were made. They give a funny kind of dress. And then you get into the water and then on the surface you start swimming. And then see the corals there. So, because I had never done it earlier, I was getting fed up. I said, hey, I can't do like this. So I came back, removed everything to that message, you take it back. He said, man, you have come all the way, you don't want to see. I said, yes, I want to see. Then now, I said, I'll jump and see directly why these all things are required. He looked at me. You want to jump? I said, yes. He jumped. And I jumped. And he shouted, oh God! And then, because I know swimming, so I went deep, maybe about 10 feet or so. There I discovered what I am telling you. When you are on the surface, there are too many waves disturbing you, is it not? But when you go deep in the same place, in the depth of the water, there are no waves. See? Now you all have some kind of funny, what you call that, aquarium in your house. You watch there. On the surface, there are waves, bubbles and all that. But in the depth, no waves. So many fish are running here and there, but there is no movement. If this is clear, now apply it to yourself. When we are living at the surface level of our personality, what is our surface level? I am gross body, Gujarati. Gujarati is called gross body. I am a gross body, surface level. And therefore, I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And these are the waves. Then, as a husband, I want to sit for meditation. See? Who will be the Anishta Devata? Not Ishta Devata. See? That Belan Devi will stand in front of you. With wife in front, a husband is doing meditation. Can there be a better joke than this? See, therefore, in the morning we told you, take a position of nobody. When you take the position of nobody, you have no reference to think. For thinking, reference is necessary. How important it is. And therefore, understanding is the foundation of spiritual life. Now see how it is. This phone and this Bluetooth mouse, they don't know each other. Because there is no knower. These are only objects of knowledge. They do not know anything. But when the same object is included in my mind, see, it is called thought. See, mind plus the object is called thought. Now this mind the mind alone has the capacity to reflect the consciousness as Chidabhas. Be very attentive. Mind alone has the capacity to reflect consciousness as Chidabhas. Like if you stand in front of the wall and you stand in front of the mirror, there won't be any reflection in the wall, but there will be in the mirror. Therefore, there are many stages in the Prakriti, like this whole world, gross world. In the gross world, there cannot be reflection of consciousness as Chidabhas. Therefore, they are inert. Be very attentive. Exactly the same way, the mind is also inert. See? But in that mind, when consciousness expresses as Chidabhas, then that inert mind becomes enlivened. See? In coma, what happens is this. There is only Chetana. Chetana is not allowed to express as mind. And therefore, there is no body in the comatose condition. And therefore, for him or her, there is no world. A person in coma never suffers. Those who have to pay the bill, they suffer. Very simple. So, when the mind reflects the consciousness as Chidabhasa, now that mind, be attentive. If that mind does not have anything in its womb, it's only the reflection. So the mind plus the reflection of consciousness is Chidabhasa, and there is no content. No samsara is born. Because there is nothing to see. Unless there is something to see, a seer is not born. That experience is the truth. If there is nothing to hear, a hearer is not born. But you are still there. See? Therefore, these are the subtle points about experience. So every experience requires the following things: the object of knowledge, the mind, and the reflection of the consciousness in the thought of that object, and thereafter a knower is born. And who is that knower? Knower is the reflected consciousness. And this is called technically Triputi, three of them. The knower, the knowledge, and the known. Be attentive. Now there are two types of objects. Presence of the object and absence of the object. Both are objects. Don't we say, oh, you are very conspicuous by your absence. So everything is known in this world in two ways. It is and it is not. See. And in both the cases, Triputi, knower, known, knowledge is born. But when we learn to remain indifferent to what is present or what is not present, Triputi is not born. And the reflected consciousness position of a knower is rejected, and we come back to our absolute consciousness. This is what has to be clearly understood. Therefore, that which is not included in the mind doesn't exist for us. And how that thing is included in our mind? It is included in the mind like how our reflection happens in the mirror. Do we enter the mirror? Then it is an entry without entrance. It's only a reflection. Like I am seeing you all. You all have not entered in me, thank God. See? Then only reflections are happening. So what I am seeing is only the reflection. See? And if the reflecting media is disturbed, my reactions will be different. If the reflecting media is calm and quiet, experience will be different. And if there is indifference to any reflection, no problem. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? See, this is what our Yoga Shastra, Vedanta Shastra tells. This is what I told you according to Yoga Shastra. The same thing is said in Vedanta. When an object is included in the mind, it is called a vritti vyapti. The mind goes out of the sense organ. Suppose the object is color and form. So the mind goes through the eyes and takes the form of the object. This is vritti vyapti. Mind has taken the form of a thought and included the object of thought in its womb. Vritti vyapti. Only by that knowledge doesn't happen. Then there has to be a phala vyapti, meaning there has to be a knower for the knowledge to happen. If there is no knower, knowledge cannot happen. See? You ask a child, hey, go and see who is in that room. Nobody is there. How do you know? No, I know. It's not like that. Have you seen? No, I have not seen. Will you accept it? No. Knower has to be there. The knower is called as the phala vyapti, doer. And therefore we told you, knowledge without a knower is Paramatma. Experience without an experiencer is Paramatma. And therefore we told you, when you are sitting for a meditation like today, don't make a memory of that. Don't conceptualize that. Oh, the meditation was solid. Tomorrow it will be liquid. You cannot frame it in words. See, subtler the theme, important is the language. Like some kids write us, Swamiji, I L-O-O-O-O-O, 2-3 lines O-V-E. That means, I love you. What is this love you? See? Therefore, these are the basics to be understood. So what should be our spiritual life? Yes, live in this world. See everything happening. Don't get involved unnecessarily. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. How much we get involved in the lives of our children? They have to tell, Mummy, will you shut up please? They are not mad, they are your children. Therefore, they know you better than you know yourself. See, friends, don't get involved beyond limits. Then you will see, you will be naturally at peace with yourself. For this, either know, jano, ya mano, what we are told in the scriptures or satsanga, accept it. But neither we know nor we want to accept. See? And then only questions come. Therefore, we are given many small tricks that about which you have no question is meditation. Now, what is that about which we have no question? We have no question about our being. Whether I am or I am not. No question. Life is very simple, my friends. It is not difficult. Therefore, there are two things. One is bhava. Bhava vrittya. Bhava means to, bhu is the dhatu. Bhava means to be. Bhava vrittya hi bhavatvam. So all the spiritual practice abhyaset, see, purnatvam abhyaset. Now do this practice. So there are two aspects involved in this practice. One aspect is called a nishedha and second is called a vidhi. Vidhi nishedha. What we are not is rejected and what we are is asserted. In our deep sleep we reject everything. But we don't assert to be. We are lost in the ignorance. Therefore, bhava vrittya hi bhavatvam. Now, who will be able to assert the presence? He who is free from all the paraphernalia around. Therefore, I told, when you sit for meditation, don't plan what you will do after meditation. See, I had to make upma after meditation for everybody. Should I cut the onion or not? Anyway, I'll cut it and keep it ready. And meditation is upma meditation. See, friends, don't plan anything. This is the last moment of our life. You are going to die. Swamiji, don't say like this. I have to go home. See, like many people ask us, Swamiji, which place you like the most? Because I keep on moving. Then I ask, hey, which is this place? Oh, this is Beech Mountain. Oh, I like the Beech Mountain the best in the world. Why? Because I am here. There may be a beautiful temple. If there is no Rama, will you call it Rama temple? In the same way, where I am not, it doesn't exist for me. We get lost in these worldly things too much. Therefore, bhava vrittya hi bhavatvam. You are relaxed, no problem. Just be. Don't become anything. And for this we told you, try for 1 minute at a time. Do not talk to yourself. Whenever we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. This is called bhava vrittya hi bhavatva. You are not gaining anything. Something can be added only to the finite. To the infinite, nothing can be added. The summation of the finite is not infinite. But in the infinite, the finite can be imagined. So all finites are imaginary. They are not real. The son is imaginary, the husband is imaginary, the father is imaginary, the man is real. See. Therefore, this one technique, bhava vrityahi bhavatvam, don't talk to yourself. Meaning, don't become anybody. Unless you become somebody, you cannot talk. Many people had this notion. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi observed Mauna for 18 years. But that is not the truth. He has nothing to talk. And like a khujli, we find out the topic to talk. Kya bolu, kya bolu, kya bolu, kya bolu. Can't keep quiet. Mind takes us away on the vehicle of words. Maunam vyakhya prakatita para brahma tattvam yuvanam वर्षिष्टान्ते वसदृशिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मारामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे. Mauna. And the Mauna is basically the discipline of mind. Manaprasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha. And those people who do not talk much to themselves, they do not want to talk to others also, unless absolutely necessary. Those who are uncomfortable with themselves, constantly poultry farm is going on, cock, 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 and therefore to take the revenge on the society, they go and talk. See? Bhava vrityahi bhavatva. Now to substantiate this practice, add one more, listen to silence. So you are not creating words and you are not getting disturbed by the words. Words are nothing but manifest mind. Mind is the cause, words are the effect. Mind is non-specific, words are specific. For chanting the Lord's name, the same mind. For abusing somebody, the same mind. So when these two principles, talking is Kriya Shakti, and listening is Jnana Shakti. When these two things are suspended, don't talk to yourself, Kriya Shakti quietened. Listen to silence, Jnana Shakti quietened. Because you are not listening to words, listening to silence. Listening to silence means you are indifferent to the words. So net result is, your Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, they merge together. There is no difference between the two. Our condition is, Jnana tells early to bed and early to rise. Kriya tells late to bed and late to rise. Net result, self-confidence zero. I don't think I can do it. I tried earlier also, I can't. Why we can't? Who will do it then? This is the meaning. Bhava vritya hi bhava. Only translations will not help. Translation is given here already. It is not enough. So bhava vritya hi bhavatvam. It's quiet. When necessary, do talk. When not necessary, no need to talk. Bhava vritya hi bhavatvam. Then shunya vritya hi shunyatam. Now second thing. If there is nothing, then I am nobody. I am nothing, I am nowhere. Then you will end up in the shunyatva. You are not shunya, be attentive. The one who is illuminating the absence of everything, he is always present. This comes, shunya vrittyahi shunyatam, is from the Buddha philosophy. Buddhists, they call it nihilist. They say if there are no thoughts, there is nothing. Therefore, nothing is the reality. Shunyatam. No. The one which is illuminating the absence has to be present. And for this simple technique, we can never experience our absence. We can be absent-minded. We can't be absent. Bhava vritya hi bhavatvam. Shunya vritya hi shunyatam. See, object included in the thought, that thought is bathing in the light of the consciousness by the reflection of the consciousness, and the dead thought, inert thought, is enlivened thereby, and in that disk of consciousness which is reflected, there a knowerhood is born. So the same mind, because of the inclusion of the thought, is called as the inclusion of the object is called as a thought, and in that thought there are three aspects. One is the object of the thought of the object, and the knower of the thought. All these three things are within the capsule of the thought. And all the three things are illuminated by the pure consciousness, who knows the object, who knows the thought of the object, who knows the knower. Don't we say, I know everything. See? Therefore, now take your day-to-day example, it will become easier. Who is the husband? In case of the Paramatma, Brahman is man. Then the mind is the wife. Inclusion of the man in the wife is the husband. So what is husband? Husband is the reflection of the man in the mirror of the wife. So three things. Out of these three things, who is miserable? The man is not miserable, the woman is not miserable. It is the husband who is miserable. Now, what sadhana the husband has to do? No, only as long as the wife is around, behave. Afterwards, enjoy. See, whenever any husband goes home in a frustrated, dejected mood, wife is very happy. If a husband goes home, how is life today? Kisko milke aaye? Immediately suspicion will start. These are the small tricks you all have to understand from a sannyasi. Because so many cases come to us. So one person was asking me this question. Whenever I go home, and suppose I enter the house, either whistling or the whole atmosphere of our house changes. Why this happens? Then I said, this is the psychology. When you are coming from anywhere happily, cheerfully, you must have met somebody whom you like, and therefore, and when you come at so all sadhana is get out of the conditioned expressions and come to the unconditioned reality. Unconditioned reality is the man and conditioned reflection is the husband. So to understand the jiva which is making so difficult for us, there cannot be simpler example than this. Man is Brahman and the jiva is the husband is the jiva. Now who is doing sadhana, who is asking question? Man never asks the question. It's the husband asks the question. One day one husband asked me this question along with his wife. He said, Swamiji, at least tell my wife, I am elder than her. She should respect my age. I said, I take her side because she gives me food. I won't accept with you. Why? I said, tell me, did you become husband and wife one after another or together? You got married together. So husband, wife wise, your age is the same. Then I asked him, how many years you are married? Oh, Swamiji, we are married for 15 years. I said, 4 years more suffer. Thereafter, you will be 19 years, teenage over. Then there is no problem. These are the problems of teenage. See, tu, मैं tu. Then you come to know, यही ठीक है अब. What else can be done? Therefore, if you are really studied Vedanta, you can never become serious in life. Relax. Therefore, bhava vrittyahi bhavatvam, you do this bhavana, I am most unfortunate, definitely you are unfortunate. You do this bhavana, I am unsuccessful, you are unsuccessful. See, don't have that negative thinking in yourself. We are here to succeed, not just to live. Therefore, bhava vrittyahi bhavatvam, this is called as the positive approach to life. In second chapter, Bhagavan says, Nasti buddhi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana. So we are talking about bhavana. Ayukta means he who doesn't have yukti. Like he who has got bhakti is called as bhakta. Who has got yukti is called a yukta. See? So what is the yukti? Na asti ayuktasya buddhi. If you are able to read the scriptures and interpret them in the light of the scriptural wisdom, you have that yukti. Then you will understand the meaning of the scriptures in a snap. See? No, but it is very difficult, we can't do it. Vedanta is not for us. Then what for you? Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Do that. Nothing wrong. See, devotion is never condemned by Vedanta. Devotion is bhavana. The devotee is intoxicated by that bhavana. That the Lord is taking care of me. Why should I worry? Jo thari rahe so mari rahe. See, intellectuals are more miserable than the average folks. Because intellectuals justify, under these conditions anybody will be miserable, that me. Continue, tathastu. Therefore, either you have the capacity to study the scriptures, understand it in the light of the scriptural authority properly, and therefore, tad vijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Many times what happens, like the other day, here only it happened. I don't know who was the gentleman, very nice person. He came and asked, Swamiji, I wanted to tell the people that they should not become miserable because, they are not thinking properly. I said, are you appointed as a counselor by your county? He said, no, but when I see the people miserable, I want to help them. Are you happy? Remember, without authority, nobody will listen to us. Why the children don't listen to the parents? They know the secrets of the parents. And they complain. Swamiji, our children don't listen to you. Have you listened to your own mind? See, about this I'll tell you one important principle. There is one text in Mahabharata, it is called as Sanat Sujatiya. It is a dialogue between Sanat Kumarji and Dhritarashtra. So, the story goes like this in short. Vidurji told so many things to Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra said, he being blind, you know so many things, is there something which I don't know? He said, yes, there is something. What is that? There is no death. When he said there is no death, wow, how it is possible? Our scriptures tell, Karma Kanda say, last life, this life, next life, and hell and heaven. You say there is no death? Teach me that. What is that? Vidurji says, I do not have the authority to instruct others. See? I don't have authority. I have authority to learn, not to teach. Then I will invoke my Guru Maharaj. And if he comes, then he can teach you, not me. Although I know. And then he invokes, and his Guru Sant Kumarji comes, and then he requests, sir, my boss wanted to know this, please tell him. And then Sanat Kumarji instructs Dhritarashtra. How important it is. See? But what happens? We just read here and there and we want to become the Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. And then there is nothing but frustration in life. See? Therefore, bhavavrityahi bhavatvam. On one side, we should have complete devotion to the divine will. And it is every event of our life is designed by him for our evolution. Which plant will grow where? The plant doesn't decide. Nature decides. Where we are born, our Yoga Shastra says, Jati, Ayu, Bhogaha, these three. What will be our form? What will be our longevity? And what will be our experiences? It is predetermined. You can't change it. If you are swimming along the current of the river, will there be any struggle? But if you go across or against, you'll only struggle. Let the life be lived through us. Relax. See? And that comes only through devotion. See, therefore I told you about Ramaraksha Stotra. Every day you must chant it once or twice. You will see what a change will come in your own psyche. It is not just a mechanical thing. See? Yatha Adishtavan Swapne Rishi Buddha Kaushika. He was instructed by Bhagavan Shiva. Tatha Likhitavan Prataha Prabuddha Buddha Kaushika. Therefore, Bhavavrityahi Bhavatvam, we are taken care of by the Lord. We cannot be miserable. Everything that is required, that alone is happening. Like the space cannot be contaminated by anything. In the same manner, just be. This is Bhavavrityahi Bhavatva. Therefore, if you remember morning meditation class, what we told you, remember always in our heart is our beloved God and Guru. They protect us and they guide us from within. Yeah? By the yoga alone, the yoga guides us. By devotion alone, we progress on the spiritual path. If you take the examples to understand Bhavavrityahi Bhavatvam, the best example is Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He has not studied scriptures, only bhavana. See? Ananda Mahima, only bhavana. So this bhavana is such a powerful tool. We have to remember it all the time. we are taken care of by Lord. He has never forsaken us. Everything that happens is for our good, including death. Shunya vritya hi shunyata. And if you start negative thinking, I am very unfortunate. You are unfortunate, Whenever I do something, I don't get anything, you will never get anything. See? Then, Brahma vritya hi purnatvam. Now third abhyased. Third abhyased is what? Brahma vritya hi purnatvam. Now insist. Don't have to tell others. Do you know, आजकल अपन ब्रह्म हो गए यार. तुम्हारा क्या हाल है? No. Brahma vritya hi brahmatvam. Just remain undisturbed by thoughts. And for that, alamban support is find out anything that is infinite, like the space. Space supports everything. Doesn't get contaminated by contents. But what happens? We are more interested in the contents than the container. You must have read this story. There was one philosopher teacher. And one day, few students of his came to him. And he was all alone. So when the students came, sir, he said, oh, you all have come, please come and sit. He had hardly anything, like a Zen master, sit wherever you get a place. Okay, I'll prepare tea for you. And he went in his kitchen, prepared tea and brought out about half a dozen different types of cups, because he didn't have so-called great crockery. So, some cup deaf means they don't have ear. Some had, broken lips, and some were having some cracks. All this, and one or two were very nice. So he brought tea in another. He said, please take. So, you take. No, you take. Then the first person, he looked at the cups and took the best cup. The second person took the second best. Like that, everybody, last whatever remaining, the last person took it. He said, enjoy tea. So they took. He said, how is the tea? Really, sir, thank you so much, so good. But where was your attention? Your attention was not in the contents. You were lost only in the containers. Our condition is exactly opposite. Our attention is not in the contents. We are content in the divine. But our attention is, Papoham, Papakarmam, why am I the only miserable person in this world? Nobody likes me. There was one middle-aged person in Delhi. He came and asked me this. Swamiji, please don't brush me out. I said, no, I'll not. What is the thing? I don't have any friends. Nobody wants to talk to me. Even if I want to go and talk to somebody, some group is there, and if I go there, they all disperse. And I am again left ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kincha. So, why this happens? Why people run away from me? I said, I wish I can go. I said, you are bored. See, friends, if people do not like us, because we are the human odomos, mosquito repellent, human repellent. Take an example to understand this. There are two pieces of iron. Separately take them and put them in container having iron filings, and then take them out. In one, a lot of iron filings will be attached. In other, it's only one. What is the difference? Outer morphology wise, they are exactly the same. Something is different inside. Weight wise, structure wise, everything, no difference. Exactly the same way. If we are really growing spiritually. Meaning, if we are one with our divine nature more and more time while interacting with the world, that magnetic charisma starts happening. Upanishad says, Sarvani Bhutani Enam Samvanchanti. All the beings start liking him. Like the magnet attracts. Magnet doesn't say, please come to me. They go on their own. Like the sweet doesn't send invitation to the aunties. Auntie, please come. No, they come from nowhere. See? This is what is to be understood. Brahma Vrittyahi Purnatvam. Let us not have this small little thinking. See? And therefore the practice is, what is infinite from our relative standpoint? Absence is infinite. Sounds are finite. Every sound begins, remains for some time, ends. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. They have three because in between there is silence. Silence is infinite. Therefore we told you, listen to silence without any difficulty. Remain indifferent to sounds. We are practicing Brahma Vrittyahi Purnatvam. Tatha Purnatvam Abhyaset. In this manner, practice completeness. What is practice completeness? Don't have that beggary thought, I don't have this, I don't have that. Enough, whatever we have is more than enough. See? There are two types of people who are miserable in this world. Miseries are because of having something or because of not having something. See? Therefore, Tatha Purnatvam Abhyaset. Whatever is enough for me. Nothing more is required. This is Sadhanashtakam Pratham Shloka. Bhava Vrittyahi Bhavatvam, Shunya Vrittyahi Shunyatam, Brahma Vrittyahi Purnatvam, Tatha Purnatvam Abhyaset. Next shloka. Ye hi vrittim jahatenam brahmakhyam pavani mata param vrutaiva te tu jivanti pashubhishcha samanaraha. This morning we went for a walk and there were beautiful deer babies. So I took some picture also. So when I look at them, my mind works only in this line, no other line. People ask also this question to us. Swamiji, since when you came on this line? Spirituality line. So I tell them in the language what they understand. जब से लाइन मारना छोड़ दिया इस लाइन पर आ गए. So when I saw those deers, what came in my mind that time? What is the life of an animal? Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunancha. Eat, sense of insecurity, then sleep, and Maitunam procreate. Only 4 things. See? So, Yehi vrittim jahati enam, those who give up this pursuit. Brahmakhyam pavanim param. Param pavanim. Ultimate perfection, ultimate purity, ultimate goal of our life. Pavani. Pavi bhayat trayate iti pavakaha. Pavani, purifying. Pavi means the thunderbolt of Indra is Pavi. It is supposed to be the most powerful Brahmastra. So, even the fear of death will not touch such a person, he who is practicing Aham Brahmasmi Vritti. There is one Upanishad. It is Tejo Bindu Upanishad. 6 chapters in that, very beautiful Upanishad. In that Upanishad, probably in the 3rd chapter, if I remember correctly, this mantra is glorified. Aham Brahmasmi Mantroyam. Aham Brahmasmi, this mantra, there are about 20-25 shlokas on that. It's the ultimate mantra. This is what is mentioned here. Yehi vrittim jahatenam pavan brahmakyam pavanim param. Those who are not working on this line. See, we are here only to recognize our divine nature. All other things we have been doing throughout our life. See. Therefore, we told you, Vedanta Satsanga cannot attract masses. Nobody will like to know the truth. Go, I should get a job, I should get a medicine, I should get a doctor, I should get like that. Demanding, desire, nothing else. If we have to write our biography, what Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written for all of us. What is our autobiography? Balastavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni raktaha, vruddhastavat chinta saktaha, parame brahmani kopina raktaha. Whole life is only this. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. See? And old people get too much involved in the grandchildren. See? And one NRI parents came from India to this country. And old people is what they have to teach everybody. They know nothing, but they want to teach everybody. So the child was playing, his game. You watch when they play, how they act. And the grandfather was looking, all the time sitting in the house, go out and play. He looked at him, went out and started playing. In our childhood, we never used to do like that. It was there to play. See, friends. So, if we really want to walk Vedanta way, spiritual life, remember this basic principle. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha. All the desires in our heart are erased fully. No desire. Suppose you have to catch a flight in the morning, 7 o'clock, international flight. So you have to go 3 hours early. From your house it takes about 1 hour to drive. So 7 minus 3, 4. Then 1 hour before, so it will be 3 o'clock. So if you have to get up in the morning 3 o'clock and leave, then you must get up at least 2:30 so you can take bath and become fresh. And therefore you must sleep very early, finish your quick dinner, and then you go and take your dinner at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock and sleep so that you don't miss the flight. From that time onward till you get up, there will be 397 times. One thought, I had to catch the flight. Whole night gone, is it not? We have got Himalayan desires. Whole lives gone. If we have to write our biography, what we'll write? Unsuccessful attempt to fulfill the desires. See, this is the meaning of meditation according to Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, this question. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava Stidadhi kim pravasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Hey Keshava, kindly tell, what is the meaning of meditation for a man of steady wisdom? See? There Bhagavan says, Yada sarvan manogatan kaman prajahati. When all the desires entertained by the mind are rejected completely, then he is living in meditation. जेहि विधि राखे राम तेहि विधि रही. Everything is perfect. ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. A friend of mine in Delhi, he is this Mahamantra. Before talking to him, he says, Swamiji, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. I said, yeah, let me talk at least. See, that approach in life. Therefore, yehi vrittim jahati enam brahmakyam pavanim param. But those who are not holding on to this approach in life, and this is the pavanim param, this is the supreme purifying. See, vruthaivate tu jivanti. Such people who are not following this, vrutha evate jivanti, they are living in vain. See, our Swami Akhandaji Maharaj used to tell one story, very beautiful. He said there was one blind man and he happened to get into the well. You know, earlier days there used to be wells where there used to be steps all around and then you can go down. So, and through that gate door he has to enter and get the water and then again climb up, something like that. So he was in that dry well, somehow he fell there. Now he wanted to go out. So somebody told from above, see, you can't see but you keep the hand on the wall and keep walking. When that hole comes, door, then you get out. He said, okay. And he started walking. And then when that particular hole or the door came, he had a khujli. And he kept walking. And the door passed away. That khujli is desire. Again, punarapi jananam punarapi. How beautiful the example is. We have the khujli. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Therefore, vrutha eva tu jivanti. Our life is wasted. See, in all our lives we have been doing the same thing. Only these four things, all the time, nothing else. See, yehi vrittim jahatenam brahmakyam pavanim param vruthevate tu jivanti pashubhishcha samanaraha. Darwinically we are animals, monkeys. But Vedantically we are human beings. Now you decide, you follow Vedanta or you follow Darwin. Choice is given. And what the monkeys do, they only imitate. Don't you see the imitation in this country in a big way? See? My son is, so much, I just can't leave him. I have to go to drop into the tennis and then he goes for swimming and then see, I am so busy. One mother uvacha to other mother. Do you think other mother will keep quiet? Oh, actually my daughter, I have to take her for the Bharatanatyam and then she learns also the music and blah, 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 blah. Competition. This happened in California. Maharashtrians do not have dance in them. Like Gujarati, they have got Dandiya. South Indian have got, this Bharatanatyam. Maharashtrians don't have any dance in them. They can only argue. So, this Maharashtrian lady, yes, I also take my daughter for Bharatanatyam. And when you don't have in your genes, don't struggle. But then she started and learning. And what is Bharatanatyam? Hit the poor floor for no reason. See? Simple things made complicated is Bharatanatyam. We do namaskar like this thing. Then you are surprised. Kya ho raha hai? Namaste. Now this poor girl, she didn't know how to do that, and she was doing very strong, do beta, perfect, do home also. And as a result, she got hurt in her heel. For 2 years, she went to the school, class 6 and class 7, on wheelchair. You can imagine how miserable she was. And then the old ladies, the same standard, we have not done bad to anybody. Why this is happening to our child? Blah, 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 blah. See? Then her father told, you only brought Swamiji to me. Now listen to him, what he told. Don't go into cause and effect. This is the situation. Now think how to get out of it. Don't get into that wrong thing, पता नहीं मेरे इस नसीब में ऐसा क्यों आया. You are there now, you sort out. See, then we are walking the spiritual path. Normally we get lost in the unwanted inquiry. Therefore, again and again insist that we are not miserable, we are not jiva. We all have to play the various roles. See? Like one man asked me this question somewhere. How many you keep on running around the world and give talks, but the people don't change? Don't you feel frustrated? I said, why should I feel frustrated? I don't want them to change. If they change, where will I go? See? You know the prayers of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. We, the patient, have to say Sarve bhavantu sukhina, but they don't like that prayer. If everybody becomes sukhi, where they will become dukhi. Where they will go. Therefore, ye hi vrittim jahatena brahmakyam pavanim param vruthaivate tu jivanti pashubhishcha samanaraha. So although we are born as human beings, we are climb the ladder of evolution and have come the last step. So from here, take off. See, you all have flown number of times. Has it ever occurred when the aeroplane takes off, it runs at tremendous speed, not for 1 hour, 2 hours, maximum 5 or 7 seconds, isn't it? Goes very fast. What is the reason? When it goes very fast, it loses weight. And then it becomes airworthy. When it becomes airworthy, then only it takes off, is it not? Exactly spiritual life. We have to become meditation worthy. Worthy doesn't mean uniform. See? Meditation worthy. And what will being meditation worthy? Reduce the weight. What is the weight? जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन. All memories are the weight. Therefore, I told you at the end of our meditation session, don't make it a memory. If you make it a memory, you will want to repeat the same. उस दिन का meditation मजा आया था, जमा था. Today it is not. See? No. No experience in our life is ever repeated. It is not a mechanical experience. Finite can be repeated, infinite cannot be repeated. See, or else we will get lost only in this one. And this is not right. So, yehi vrittim jahatenam brahmakyam pavanim param vruthayate tu jivanti. They are wasting their life. Pashubhishcha samanaraha. Now going further. Yehi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi vardhayanti ye te vai satpurusha dhanya vandyaste bhuvanatraye yehi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi vardhayanti ye. Now those who have studied, understood the importance and value of this, and therefore vardhayanti, now they are progressing in this path. See? And what is the progress? Be attentive. We don't have to do anything, my friends. It will start happening. See? Like when your stomach is full. Do you have to do anything to reject the food? No, I don't want. It naturally happens. See? And when we come to discover this principle, na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amritatva manasho. The real joy in life is in giving up, not in holding on to. This you can see in day-to-day examples. This example I have quoted number of times to make it point. Very simple it is. One of my friend, a retired brigadier, he told me, Swamiji, good news. See, what is the good news? I have given up smoking. I said, really? He said, yes. He was smoking for 60 years, from the age of 15 or 18. Now he was 80 when he spoke to me. So I said, congratulations. Now my question is this. When you were smoking for so many years, you have enjoyed it? Yes. Now you have given up smoking, this also you are enjoying? He said, yes. Now between these two joys, which is superior joy according to you? He said, of course, when I have given up smoking, I am more happy than when I was smoking. See? How beautiful, how nice, very lovely. Give up everything and go to sleep. Which is better? See? Therefore, many people sleep in the satsang. They have learned the art of renunciation. See? You try to awake me. There was one NRI who came to India, Mumbai. He came to meet me, very nice person. He says, Swamiji, I came to meet you and to tell you and thank you very much. Your MP3 CDs have helped me a lot. I said, very good. Do you know how it helps? I said, I don't know. I don't want to know also. It helps you, it helps you. You know, when I come home, finish my everything, and when I go to bed, I start your MP3. And I don't know when I sleep. That day I realized people listen to me to sleep, not to awaken. Your talks are anesthetic. See? Yehi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi vardhayanti te. That means what? Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Never take a position of a guru in your life. We are the seekers of truth till the last moment. The moment you become a guru, all the doors of wisdom are closed. Who can teach me? No. And the day the learning ability in our heart dies, you have become old. What are the signs of not getting old? You take interest in life. It's not like अबजी के क्या करेंगे अरे मरो ना फिर मरते भी नहीं and to take interest learn something doesn't matter what you are learning learn something what for life is a time pass see so ye hi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi those who are learned, understood and recognized what is the meaning of the truth and experience yet vardhayanti te ye. And yet they are leading their life as an average person. Friends, is very important. Spiritual life and spiritual evolution is not becoming someone extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Wherever there is something extraordinary, you have fallen. Colors and forms extraordinary, separate from each other. Vision, ordinary. Sense organs, extraordinary, specific to a particular object. Mind is ordinary. Raga, Dvesha, specific. Intellect, ordinary. I, ordinary. I is everywhere. Drop this I, come to the Chetana, the life. Life is ordinary. Whether it is eating the food, digesting the food, or evacuating the food. Common. It is not that the life which is digesting the food is holy and the life which is excreting the unwanted thing is unholy. No, common. The real spiritual practice is not to become extraordinary in life. Remain simple. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. See, friends, ye hi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi vardhayanti ye. Friends, you may trust anybody in this world. You may trust a cobra. See? In Pune, they call cobra means Koknastha Brahman. Poisonous. See? So, you may trust anybody, anything in this world. Don't trust your mind. Mind must be disciplined. No means no. See? Ye hi vrittim vijananti jnatvapi vardhayanti ye te vai sat purusha dhanya. See? They are great indeed. They are sat purush. Rest are asat purush. Te vai sat purusha. From then, through them, the Sat, the reality is expressing. Te vai Sat Purusha Dhanya and Vandyaste Bhuvanatraye. They are worshipped in the whole world. See? This point which I told you in the morning, waking limited to the waking experience, dream limited to dream experience, deep sleep limited to deep sleep experience. Meditation permeates in and through all the three experiences. See, this is important. Otherwise, we'll have the wrong understanding. And the wrong understanding is half an hour meditation, rest of the day frustration. See? So, te vai satpurusha dhanya vandyaste bhuvanatraye. They don't demand respect in this world. They are worshipped. And those who are not worshipped, they become jealous of them. See? Why we should have such and such person's temples? He is not God, he is just a man. We have got temples only about Rama, Krishna, Govinda. Because your temple is not there, you are jealous or what? See, we talk about Vedanta, Ekameva Aditya, Neha Nanase Kinchana, and start dividing? No. See, friends, so if we are really rooted in Vedanta knowledge, we will see the differences, we will experience the differences, but we will not differentiate on account of the differences. That is the Advaita knowledge. Like we see the differences. Legs are not hands, hands are not nose, nose is not stomach. Differences. But we don't differentiate on account of the differences. Because in and through there is one reality. In this manner, te vai satpurusha dhanya vandyaste bhuvanatraye. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.